Hello, my name is Nika Harper, and I wrote a story based upon a font. Weird, right? And I'm calling it A Journey to Riau. I would love to share it with you. There are things you have to know before you go. She was fussing. Her pincers were tightening the belts rapidly, more to put her at ease than myself. She hated this. It was a natural fear, and they all had it. I guess that's why I was going, and none of them could convince me otherwise. The world is big, she stammered, and I clicked in dismay. She abandoned her anxious fixing and squared off before me. I could see my reflection in her eyes, and did my best to look ready. They might be hungry, she said. That's impossible. They're unknowable creatures. They're spirits. Gods can be cruel. They're not gods. Her mouth trembled. Thin mucus slipped over her eyes. She was crying. Our antennae met, and I was comforted by her touch. I would miss it if I didn't come back. I think I'll return someday. Each step I took away from home, I could feel the warmth of her stare and the weight of responsibility. The journey wasn't far. It was merely dangerous. I hid when I needed to, supplies creaking under my restless wings, much of which I dropped at the first opportunity. I would be gone for a couple days, or forever. Cold weather gear would not be necessary. I was told I'd know what to look for once I found it, but everything I saw was a spectacle. The world stretched taller than I could see, wider than I could imagine. Noises reached me that were alien, distant, intoxicating. I stretched my wings, letting them buzz with excitement, their subtle breeze brushing my face. Then I arrived. There was no other word for it. No other place it could be. A noisy orchestra of sound, singing, kaleidoscopic twinklings in the air, and the light spanned out of my vision and back again, creating stars and obscuring details. The world glowed. This was Riau, the land of spirits and wishes. I was shocked to see it so populated. It was nearly as busy as the hive. Movement, like the environment itself, was constantly shifting. I couldn't focus on anything at all. My antenna sensed the tangy scent of magic and beauty. Even the ground shone. They ached. My wings buzzed. I searched restlessly for order, protocol, a way of voicing myself. My eyes were filled with beings, once real and strong, that now looked like spirits themselves. They chirped and hummed and danced in the air. But these were not what I was searching for. These were the wishes that were granted, and whether real or not, they could not help me. I climbed from stalk to branch to leaf, from trunk to plant to petal. Vapor filled the air. Clouds of perfume spun up from the ground, tickling the winged beings with their shifting shapes, brushing against wings that worked. The leaf I picked was luminous and did not dip with my weight as I strode to its tip. Down, as well as up, all looked greater than dreams, with diamonds in the dew and sparks in the fog. It was incomprehensible. I couldn't help grasping for words for what we knew to describe it back home. We had no words for it. This place was a feeling. I tipped my head, spanning all that I could sense, and asked, "Hello?" A clatter of giggles met my antenna, felt deep past my skin. "You said hello." Yes. I've been looking. We noticed you." It was hard to tell fog from figure as they swam and approached, the air full of sparkling comets, some which rocketed and some others which lazily trailed and meandered. There were colors that had no name, shapes which had no descriptor. I was out of my depth. I was not in any depth at all, but perhaps this was considered depth to something else. I had everything to learn. I have heard tales about you."
We like how you speak.
They spun in the air, larger than imagination, and I was finally able to sense their shape. As they crept closer, the lords of the land, I could see their many eyes. I could see playful paws and brushed whiskers. They were parodied predators, where slitted eyes would show malice. There was none. Where mouths breathed danger, there was laughter. The land swirled in imitation of the spirits it housed, these rumored Lurii. They got closer, curious eyes resting on me, with the same weight of the hive I had left behind.
Why do you come?
I sought out Riau to return my people to glory.
What is your desire?
Our wings. I let mine up, stunted and twitchy in the air. They trembled like a stretched root, anxious for their purpose. We cannot use them. Once we could. We flew, and now we cannot. The Lurii peered, their eyes changing size in ways I'd never seen. The myriad wishes in the air leaned in with interest, circling in the sky. I was the spectacle now.
Tricky. Such a dream. They've all changed. So eager.
I felt the attention on my wings, and I did not falter. My filmy limbs stretched strong as they could, thin and pitiful under the gaze of those who had flight without thought. My metallic carapace reflected the iridescent glow of the onlookers.
You want to fly?
I do. I want my people to be above ground again once more.
Do they want this as well?
I hesitated, sensing distant giggles. My wings were already tired, stretched and struggling to stay upright. I had been urged not to go, been warned of what I would find, been told to keep my head and wings down, but I didn't. I wanted more. I finally wondered if my sentiments were shared among my kind.
We can do this. We can do many things for you. Such a little one. But we can do it for you.
Their eyes flickered beneath their skin, so impressive, with their lack of antennae. Their mouths and faces curled, moved, shifted with every word and thought. It did not seem frightening.
Your kind are difficult. They are not here. You are here. You are you. We can do this for you, if you would like us to stay, make music with us, live alongside us.
And the words and senses came from everywhere now, the chatter of voices and syllables I might never have known. The encouragement from sparkling creatures zipping around too quickly to place. They cheered and sang, glowed their own pleasure into the air. The wishes urged me to join them. I felt my supplies slipping from my back and legs, but I could not say just yet. I could not say yes and leave everything behind. I was here not just for me, but us all. I'd imagined us taken to the air, flying like we once did, living in the light and the surface instead of burrowing through wet darkness. We could be what we were, but the option was only for me. They told me not to go. They told me to keep my wings tight and my head down. They said I would never return. They were wise. I would like my wings restored, I said aloud into a cloud of cheers. The Lurii's curling mouths all spoke, words indistinguishable from one another, and I bowed my head. It was all the sound of laughter. I felt lighter and free of my responsibility. I felt free of the ground. I could not tell colors. The brightness was bewildering and new. I saw hues I never dreamed possible, a vast prism of unknown diversity, and then I became it. My wings were not tired. They echoed the sound of happiness, crystallized and endless, stretching behind me as though I'd never felt air before at all, as though I'd never unfurled them properly. And I was in the air, The ground had left me and I was alight, shooting as far as I could into any direction I pleased. I spun, I danced with the glittering fog. I felt the paws reach out to stroke me as I rocketed through a new plane of existence. I could be anywhere. I was here. I've never left Riau. Every moment feels just as good. Every direction a new realization of distance, size, and how the world is truly more than I ever thought it was. But my world is Riau, the other wishes, and Lurie, and their loyal song singers who dust the air with hope and joy. Now, with my crystal wings, that is me. Did you like it? Because I liked it. I had a lot of fun. I wanted to write a fairy tale, and I did it! So thank you so much to, number one, the creator of that font, which is known as Riau, R-I-A-U, and to my Patreon for the supporters there who are helping me be a writer and having this be my focus. It feels better than anything else could be in the world. I could have wings and I'd still rather write. Tell me what you think. I would really love to hear your feedback on that. And of course, read up on that and other things on my Tumblr, nikaharper.tumblr.com. This is part of a project called Typeface Tales, where I go and I check out fonts which look cool, or they have interesting names, and I write about them. Thank you so much for listening. I really hope you enjoyed it.